Okay, guys, welcome back again to Traderscale Success Stories, where we go beyond the charts and look into the real lives of successful traders within Traderscale. Today, we've got Joe Hatch, who's a guest with us, and we're very happy to have him on. He's just secured his first payout with us. So we're just going to go in the ins and outs of things as usual, and talk about his journey, the highs, the lows, the this, the that. First of all, Joe, thanks for coming on. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good, great to have you here for your first ever appearance. And how's the trading been going for you recently?
Recently, very good. I've had a lot of problem in the past, blown plenty of funded accounts, ups, downs, you name it. But at the minute, it's going really well. Found a strategy that works for me, and
Nice,
yeah, just making the most of it at the minute.
good man, good man. I like to hear that. So let's get the big one in early. How much was your first payout with Traderscale?
In the end, it was $707.
$707. Nice start. Okay. And
Yeah,
what size account was that?
100,000.
Okay, cool.
It was a small payout, but I was just starting low on the first one.
Yeah. It's nice to just take it slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race, as they
Yeah,
say, you
of
know?
course,
Yeah, well,
definitely.
let's talk about your life outside of trading. For the people who don't know you yet, what's life like outside the charts for you? What are you up to day by day?
So I'm a full-time roofer, so I trade on the side.
Okay.
Day to day is just basically go to work, come home, go to the gym, and that's basically about it, really.
You got a bit of
And
a
do trading
routine there.
on the outside.
Nice,
Yeah, it's the best way for
nice.
me.
What originally pulled you into trading in the first place?
I started trading probably around 5 years ago now. For me, I saw the Instagram, the flashy cars, the money. I assume what draws most people in.
Yeah.
And then once you actually find out, it's not as easy as it seems.
Yeah, it is like that.
But yeah, so initially it was the money. And then for me, I grew up with like kind of like a gaming background. So for me, it's kind of a way to do something online that you can get better at, but the rewards are exponential.
Do you know what? That's a nice answer because I always said it's like a game. It's always changing,
Yeah,
and you kind of gotta you're always playing a game, and it's kind of fun as
definitely.
well. And sometimes you lose, it's not that fun, but then like you're like, right, it gives you a bit more of a challenge, and you're like, right, okay, I got to complete this level kind of thing. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, that's a nice answer. I've never had that one before. So how do your friends and family feel about you trading? I know I've had some funny looks myself. So what do you have you got, like some support from them? Are they like go for it, or are they a little bit skeptical?
So my girlfriends are very supportive, but I would say everyone else just doubts it. They see all the Instagram scams and here's my free signal, sign up with my broker kind of thing. And
Yeah,
then you see people getting scammed left, right, and center.
yeah,
So to them, they think that I'm scamming people, which
yeah,
obviously is not the case.
yeah.
It's
Obviously
nothing
not.
what I
Yeah,
do at all.
you're actually getting paid
But
and funded. Yeah,
exactly. So, but they think it's such a negative thing and that's never going to go anywhere. But
yeah.
that is what it is. It doesn't bother me.
My mates are the same, but until it started working, and then they were like, "Oh, okay,"
Exactly.
yeah. Then when
Yeah,
it works, you're like, "Oh, see this? So
exactly.
yeah, but it
100%.
gives you that extra motivation as well, doesn't it? Really, to prove people wrong. I felt like that, with some parts of my family, like I wanted to prove them wrong, sort of thing. So do you find that trading gives you more structure in your life, or did you have to create that yourself?
Kind of a bit of both. For me, I find anyway, being in a routine helps me. So even with gym, with food, with eating, I tend to try and do the same thing every day because it makes it simple,
Yeah,
especially when you throw trading in on top and it just confuses everything.
yeah,
So for
of
me, if I
course.
can keep it as simple as possible, it just helps so much.
No, 100%. I agree with you. I agree with you. So are you currently balancing trading with your job, roofing, and do you study anything else, or are you just studying trading and learning that as well, like as you go on, or
No, I just do roofing and trading at the minute. Trading for me has always been what I wanted to do because
yeah,
once you see how much money you can make, it
yeah,
kind of makes every other job seem insignificant
it kind of does, doesn't it? Yeah, you can make it
for me.
fast as
So
well. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So what time of the day do you usually trade, and how do you make that time work with your job?
mine's whenever. For me, I have a certain strategy that allows me to place pendings.
Okay,
So I basically never take live trades. I will always
okay,
set pendings, and when the trades hit a certain level, it will just do what it's going to do.
Yeah.
It's how I've tried to do it because obviously where I work full time, I can't always look, and then I'll end up missing good trades, and then I'll take the
Nah.
bad trades, and
Yeah, no, you
it
don't want to
never
be like
works.
flicking through your phone whilst you're at work and then be like, oh, that's a good one. And then
No,
I'll look at the bigger picture and think, oh shit, I didn't see that 4 hour like
100%.
crazy. Yeah. So I used to have the same problem. I think I was like can't remember where I was working, but I think I was working Amazon delivery during COVID because that was the only thing that was actually working. Or
Yeah, yeah,
and I was like in the sometimes packing the van like shit, that was a good one. And then I was
yeah,
like, no,
definitely.
wait there. No, that wasn't a good one. Let's get out.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
whilst
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
juggling work, so it didn't really work. It's a limit thing is a good thing though. When you set limit orders and like you got your TP stop loss, you just leave it, you set them in the morning, and then you put your phone on
Exactly.
later. You're like, oh well, I lost that one, I won that one, perfect. So,
Yeah,
have you
100%.
any have you had to make any like sacrifices with your trading to stay consistent?
Not really. Main one's just time, because obviously it takes a long, long time to learn. A lot of
Mm,
people just want to put in the minimum amount of effort
yeah,
and think it'll work. Unfortunately, it's not that simple.
no
It's
man,
you need to put a lot of hours in,
no man.
otherwise you're not
I've
really going to get anywhere.
I've put thousands of hours into it. Thousands.
Yeah,
Like over the last like 5 years, like you it was like the first like 6 months I thought I cracked it. Then the second year I thought I cracked it. Then it like strategy just
yeah,
nosedived, tried something else, then it just nosedived. And then finally I found something to work long term. And then it's just being, kind of consistent. We don't really make a lot. We only do like 20% a year, but we risk
yeah.
so little, dude. Like
That's all you need.
yeah,
Takes the
exactly.
emotions out of things.
Yeah, exactly. It's like even if you lose 3 or 4 in a row, it's like I don't like losing 3 or 4 in a row, man. I'll let you in on a little
No,
secret. I don't like it, but it does make me
no,
miserable. But I'm currently trying to work on that.
100%.
So, what's the biggest distraction you'd say you've had to overcome whilst trading?
I mean, my hardest problem was letting my emotions take control. So I would take a trade. If I missed a trade in the morning, that would then force me to take another trade because I'm annoyed I missed out on the first trade. And then 9 times out of 10, that trade's going to lose.
Yeah,
Or I'll see a trade halfway to my take profit and I'll just close it because I panic. And then
right.
9 times out of 10, it will go all the way to my take profit anyway.
Oh, so annoying, isn't it? That.
So,
So, yeah,
yeah.
it is. It is annoying. So, do you do anything, outside of trading to help you, keep focused, like sharp? Like you said, you did the gym, for example. Do you do like journaling
Yeah,
or
not
thought?
really. So I do journaling. You record everything. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah,
For me, yeah, it's just keeping everything in my life at the minute as simple as possible because
nice.
all my focus currently is on trading. So
Yeah,
if everything else is simple, I can put all my time into trading and therefore it
yeah.
should end up with a better result.
It's also good that you've got like a supportive girlfriend, and she, believes in it and stuff. That's a really nice thing to have in a partner.
Definitely.
Your partner can be the worst thing or the best thing for you, I think, in my opinion. So,
Yeah.
so let's talk about setups. Like, where do you usually trade from? Your bedroom in the morning, you wake up on your laptop, is it that kind of thing? And then you set them on your phone, and then what do you usually do?
I have a computer. I normally wake up in the morning before work. I'll go on for about 10, 15 minutes, check
Yeah,
what's happened overnight.
yeah,
I'll then set my pendings for the morning, and then normally I'll come on my break time at work. I'll come on, just see what's going on. Has
yeah,
anything hit? Am I near anything?
yeah.
And then after that, it'll just be when I get home and I'll check again.
Nice, nice. That's nice. It's just like set and forget. I love that because, mate, honestly,
Yeah,
it's mad. Like the amount of traders that come on here and say set and forget is the best thing to do is either lose or win. Like it's like is mental,
yeah, yeah.
and all the successful ones say that is crazy. So, do you have any specific environment or vibe that helps you focus, or is it just like in your room in the morning and a nice bit of quiet?
That's basically it. Yeah, the less distractions around at the time, obviously, the better. If I'm at work and I'm on a lunch break in a canteen that's got loads of noise, it's obviously not as simple. It's
Yeah,
just
I
there's
think
too many distractions.
you said you had your desktop device as well. It's quite important for you. I think a bigger screen actually,
Yeah, definitely.
like I don't think you need to have like screens and screens and screens and screens, but like a nice
Yeah,
big monitor so you can see like the daily, the 4 hour, and you can see the bigger picture kind of thing does help, I think. So
yeah, definitely.
like you actually answered my next question. Do you ever use alerts? And you just said that you did. So you don't watch price
Yeah.
live at all, which is cool. So when the markets are really moving, are you fully locked in, checking in between work, or you just forget it and then check a break?
So for me, Also, I check daily calendars before, see what's going on,
The
see what
news.
market environment we're in. Yes, for me, if it's going to be a volatile day, I normally just won't trade. It's more, I find I lose more on news days than I do anywhere else. So for
Okay.
me, if I can just avoid them,
Yeah.
then that's what works for me.
Yeah, that's nice, man. I like that. So you're more of a London guy or you a New York guy?
Probably London, I'd say.
Yeah, I like
New
London
York
as
gets a bit
well.
volatile for what I
It is
trade.
it
So
is a bit wild, man. And it's
yeah,
for the brave, I think. One of my mates is really good at it, but I'm like, dude, I can't touch. I like
yeah, yeah,
He does US 30 in New York, and he's really good at it. I'm like, dude,
yeah,
this
yeah,
is psychotic shit. It's just
yeah,
like so quick. I'm like,
100%.
oh man, like no way. Like that's like
Yeah,
PTSD, you know what I mean?
definitely.
So even though you're quite early, I guess, in your journey of like being successful, have you noticed your mindset or habits changing since you started?
Yeah, just for me, a lot of my losses coming from, like I said earlier, like emotional side of view. So for me, what I would do, I would if a trade hit, I would check the market. If I have the right market conditions, let's say, then I'll just let the trade do what it's going to do. I
Yeah.
won't touch it. I'm not going to take profit early. I won't close it if it's in a loss. I'm just going to let it do what it's going to do. And for me, mentally, that's the best way.
Ah, nice, man. I like that. Really nice, really nice. So, do you feel like trading has made you more patient and disciplined in like everyday life, or is that something that you've always had?
I would say it's something I'm still working on.
Okay. Yeah.
For me, I still get FOMO if I miss trades. I don't like it. If if I have a loss in the morning, I might try and make it up in the afternoon, which obviously isn't what you want to do.
Yeah.
So it's just trying to get the bad habits out and
Yeah.
replace them with the good
Well, it's nice
habits.
that
But I'm
you're
still in that
honest.
process.
It's nice that you're honest and open about like, look, I'm still learning that now. Because most people are like, yeah, man, I smashed it. But you're like, it's nice.
Yeah, yeah,
You've got to be honest with yourself. Like, everyone is still learning.
definitely.
Everyone's still seen something, in a week or a month. Like, I've never seen that before. That's never happened. That's weird. You know what I mean? So it's nice.
Yeah,
It's nice to, you've got to accept that, I think, right? You got to accept that something's going to come up one day. You're like, whoa, what the fuck? You know? So,
yeah, yeah, definitely.
but what's one of the biggest misconceptions you had about trading before you started?
Probably just that it was easy. It looks easy from the outside. You
Yeah,
get people showing you fake accounts. I
yeah,
can win this, win that.
yeah, yeah.
But the amount of work you actually have to put in to be successful
So
is
much.
drastic. It's basically a full-time job, obviously.
It,
It's
it,
not a
it
game.
is.
Although I said it's like a game.
Yeah,
But yeah, you've got to take it seriously.
yeah. You have to. I think you have to be passionate about it to actually like
Definitely.
get there. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people quit when they have their first, couple of lost streaks, and it's like, I think the
Yeah,
persistence is very key, and you're not going to be
definitely.
persistent about something if you don't like it, right? So.
No,
So
100%.
yeah, so that's cool. Okay, so has the way you view money or time changed since you get your first payout?
Not since this payout. For me, it's only a little one,
Yeah,
but it's just try and make as much as possible,
yeah,
but
but
keep it consistent. Like
yeah,
I'm not here for 20 grand a month. That doesn't interest me. But
right.
if I can make a few extra thousand every month on top of what I make full time, then for me, that's a win.
It's calm. Yeah, it's calm. It's good. It's not nice.
Yeah, definitely.
It's nice to set yourself little targets at first, and then if the big money comes in a year or 2 years, boom, it's
100%.
that's exactly what my feeling towards it is as well. So that's brilliant. So
Yeah.
what's the most what's the one thing you're most intentional about now, even outside of trading?
What What do you mean?
Like what's this something that you're super, super passionate about right now? And you're really intentional on doing.
I don't really have anything at the minute. All my focus is on trading. Yeah.
That's good,
Just trying
man.
to
I
make
mean,
us
that's good.
just try and make it successfully.
You got your work, and simplicity is key, right? So
Definitely.
yeah. So if you got too many things going on, I know like some people are like mad multitaskers, and like some of my
Yeah, yeah.
mates that they're doing all sorts of things, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how you do that. But yeah. So what are your goals in trading and outside of it over the next year or two?
For me, probably within the next year, want to have a few, make. I can make as much as I do full time on the side, then that's a win.
Yeah.
And I would say within the next 2 years, if I could trade full time, that would be the ultimate end goal.
That would be great. Yeah, I mean,
You know,
7 years. Then that's quite a lot. You would have studied a lot, but then you obviously know what you're doing. Like
yeah, yeah,
if you've done, what you said is with studying for 5 years, you obviously know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to be bad at something after 5 years of doing it every day. You're
exactly.
going to be good at it.
No, exactly. Yeah.
So you see yourself going full time in the future? Is that something that you want to grow slowly, or are you trying to do it as quick as possible?
No, there's no rush for me. I've tried rushing it in the past. I've had hundreds of funded accounts. I've blown hundreds.
Yeah.
So for me at the minute, it's just take it slow, take it little by little. If
Yeah.
I can get to a point where I'm that consistent,
Yeah.
then cool.
Consist-
If I don't get there, I don't get there. So
yeah, consistency is key. Nice. Yeah. So is there a
definitely.
personal goal that you'd like to achieve with trading big profits? What would be like a nice benchmark for you for like the month? Would you say like every month?
It, 10 grand a month for me to live comfortable. I don't need the big money. For me, it's just freedom. If
Yeah,
I
that'd
can
be
wake
nice.
up and do what I want with my days, then
Yeah.
that's it for me.
Yeah, we just had a trader on you now. He's really good. He's had like 4 or 5 payouts of us or something, and he's made
Mm,
like 23 grand or something with us total. It's like
bloody hell.
this is from John. His name's Johnny from Germany. He's one of our best, and he's just like he's very, very calm. Like very like
Yeah,
he looks like he sounds like his emotions are just like completely there. We also had
dead.
a guy just literally last week say that he's gone full time. He's on holiday at the moment in Bulgaria, so he's like all happy and
Yeah,
he's beaming, his smile's beaming. He's like, man, I'm so happy right now. I made it. I'm like, oh, good for you, bro. That's so good.
yeah,
So,
definitely.
are you looking to refine your style or test other multiple strategies as you grow, or are you quite comfortable with what you're doing now?
I'm quite comfortable with what I'm doing at the minute.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it starts changing, if it starts becoming a little bit less successful, I'll have to adapt. But ideally, the way I trade now, I'm happy with it. So,
What do you actually trade in terms of like what instruments do you trade?
the only pair I trade UJ at the minute. So USD
UJ.
JPY.
Nice.
For
I like the
me,
MPs,
for
man. I like
me,
the
with the way I trade, it just seems to work. So
okay.
I will
Yeah.
add more pairs in the future, but it's a
Yeah.
time thing at the minute. If I can
Yeah.
fully focus on one, then it's easier
Exactly.
for me.
Master one before you jump onto it. I remember I used to trade about fucking 17 different pairs and it was just like a mess. Because then
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah,
I've seen that before. And I'm like, no, but that one moves completely different to that one. So it
exactly.
doesn't
Yeah, it
work.
gets
But
complicated.
yeah, I do like the
Yeah,
Yankees, man. I've got to actually got a limit set on UJ right now. I'm looking at a sell, but it's like more of a swing trade. I'm more of a swing trader, but I don't trade that much to be honest. But I'm always
yeah,
looking
yeah,
at like interest rates. So if something's like bullish, I'm only looking for buys. And if it's bearish on like the daily or the weekly and all the time frames are correlated, that's when I'll be looking for like sells or buys if they
100%.
as long as it's correlated. If it's like on the 1 hour, like a sell, and then one's a buy and the one's a sell, I'm like, nah, out.
No,
I
yeah,
don't look at it
yeah,
from
that's fair.
GJ's been ranging for a while. It's really been pissing me off because I really like that one.
Yeah,
Stuck in a bit of a weekly and daily range, and I'm like,
yeah,
doesn't really.
yeah,
But UJ looks like it's tanking down, so I'm looking for a sell on that at the moment, which would be nice if it
awesome.
does come up to my
Definitely.
supply zone. So yeah, so like, what kind of trader do you hope to be 2 or 3 years from now? Would you like to be, a master of like 2 or 3 pairs, or just trade one and just know it inside out? What's your goal for 2 or 3 years time?
Probably just a couple of pairs, be successful on
Yeah,
two, three pairs, and that's all you really need, really.
you don't need much more than that.
With one pair at the minute, I average probably about 15 trades a month on one pair.
That's enough.
If
That's
you're
enough. Like
doing
it's like what's that
if
like
you're
two
doing
two a week?
0.5%, yeah, on average, yeah, two
Yeah,
for a
nice.
week.
Yeah,
For me,
nice.
you double, triple that,
Yeah,
that's completely fine.
yeah. 100%, man. Well, that's some really good answers there, and sound like you got your head switched on. You're definitely really humble about it. Your experience, your journey. Definitely wishing you all the best, and congratulations on your payout. And let's get you some more, man. Just keep the train rolling.
Definitely.
Let's keep the positive vibes rolling. So thanks for joining us again. It's
No
always
worries.
special to get someone in the spotlight. And it's especially when they get their first payout with us and start their journey like in the correct way. You've handled it with a great mindset and solid answers throughout, to be honest. I'm pretty impressed. So big congrats again. Looking to see how far you'll take this, and hopefully we can do like a version 2, because we've had a couple of traders on like twice now, and they've been
Yep.
consistent. You know what I mean? It's nice to see that. So we've got a good feeling you'll be back for round 2 or 3, though. We've got a good feeling about that. So
Hope.
yeah, that'd be nice, man. We can do like a one in maybe a 2 or 3 months. And guys, if you enjoyed this episode, again, thank you, Joe, for coming on. Don't forget to like, comment, anything your thoughts on this, and subscribe, obviously, if you found this interesting. And stay tuned for more interviews, obviously, from Traderscale. So we have the best Traderscale traders on here in the community. So if you do learn something from this, please let us know on any of our social media platforms. And ciao for now. And cheers, Joe.